There is always a lot of confusion and concern that arises when people start talking about Pokemon using key terms such as hacked, legit, legal, or cloned. Nobody wants to be scammed or banned, but there's also a lot of unnecessary fear that those things can happen due to a lack of understanding. In this video, we're going to bring clarity to these key terms and consider what you should and should not do to stay safe with your Pokemon. Often you're online in chat rooms or forums and you see people using certain keywords to describe Pokemon. Unfortunately, people may use the same words but not be talking about the same thing. Multiply that by many people at different times and places and you have a lot of confusion. Let's start with some definitions. There are two kinds of Pokemon, Solrock and everybody else. There are two kinds of Pokemon, legal and illegal. Legal Pokemon could exist within the original game without using any external devices. Illegal Pokemon cannot exist within the original game and therefore require the use of external devices. Examples of external devices would be computers, bots, cheat codes, backup saves, modified versions of the games, or specialized software. Let's further consider legal Pokemon. These could theoretically exist in the game code, but that doesn't mean they actually came from inside the game. More definitions. Legitimate or legit Pokemon are created within the original game without using any external devices. This means they are obtained in a completely normal way according to what the player is capable of doing inside the game world without any sort of outside intervention. Basically, that means you went and caught the Pokemon all by yourself and you know that it's real because you went out there and went through all the effort to catch it. Of course, only you can know if you did that. In contrast, hacked Pokemon are created through the use of external devices. That means somebody used additional hardware or software to modify the contents of the game in some way. Notice that legit Pokemon are a specific subset of legal Pokemon. Legit Pokemon are legal, but not all legal Pokemon are legit. That's because hacked Pokemon can also be legal. Again, hacked Pokemon can, and most of the time are, legal. However, it is also possible to create hacked Pokemon that are illegal. There we have the key definitions that need to be considered: legal, illegal, legit, and hacked. Illegal Pokemon cannot exist within the original game and therefore require external devices to be created. Legal Pokemon can exist within the game. They are legitimate if they actually come from within the game, while they are hacked if they are made using external devices. We'll work through an example using our faraway island Mew. For background details on Shiny Mew, see my related Pokemon history video. Suppose you are curious about obtaining a legit Shiny Mew. There's only one way to get it. You had to be present at a special event in Japan in 2005 with a Japanese version of Pokemon Emerald to receive the Old Sea Map item. I seriously doubt even one of the original items from these events still exists today. Ultimately, to preserve the data for this long or into the future, it would require the use of external devices. That is, we would need to back up the save data on our cart to a computer because the save data on the cart would eventually disappear. Hence, saving a legit Shiny Mew for this long would require external devices, which make it no longer legit. Even though there may be no legit Shiny Mew, we still want to avoid illegal versions. This would be something like a Shiny Pokeball Plus Mew because it was shiny locked, or a faraway island Mew with any language other than Japanese because we know it was region locked to Japan. Anything that could never exist in any legitimate way should be avoided. What exactly are we seeing in our games then? Most likely every single Shiny Mew you see in the current generation games is hacked but legal. Once upon a time, there were people who owned legit Shiny Mews. These people used external devices to save their Mew data to a computer. Subsequently, anybody with the right tools and knowledge can use that data to make a hacked Shiny Mew that is perfectly legal. Although we focused on Mew as our example, I want to emphasize a very important point. Almost every single special Pokemon available today is hacked and legal. This applies to anything that you would consider special or desirable and could find someone willing to trade it or give it away. Examples include event, mythical, or legendary Pokemon, especially from older generation games. Remember, only you can know if you caught something legitimately. Therefore, if you have to ask about whether something is legit, don't bother asking because it's not legit. Or at least you could never prove that it is. While very few legit special Pokemon exist in the world today, you don't need to be disheartened by that fact. When you're not catching Pokemon with your bare hands, what's most important to consider is whether they are legal. Legal Pokemon can be used safely in your game. You don't need to be worried about getting banned or anything else. The game sees them as completely normal Pokemon. Meanwhile, if you do happen to get something illegal, just get rid of it and move on. For practical purposes, the terms hacked and legit are completely irrelevant. All you need to know is whether your Pokemon are legal. If so, feel free to enjoy playing with them in your game. To quote Mewtwo from the first Pokemon movie, "I see now that the circumstances of one's birth are irrelevant. It's what you do with the gift of life that determines who you are." Join a friendly community of gamers who love Pokemon games and sharing with others. Support the growth of our community and the development of more high-quality content by visiting our shop at shop.wishmaker.com.